20 where these flights were conducted. Shall we look at the names? Man, I can't believe this. You're talking about easily over 50 names. Some of these names I have heard of, and some of these names, of course, I have not. Let's start off with Adam Perry Lang. Second name, damn, Akon. Hope you don't get locked up. You ain't gonna be singing. Locked up. All right, next person. Alan Dershowitz. That devil. You did it, Mr. Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz, for those who don't know, was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. He also was a man who was telling the people back then when they were pushing the shots, you have no right to not receive it. And if the government wants to, they can plunge it into your arm. I said, this dude is a devil. Crazy. Alberto Pinto. Alec Baldwin. Here's one of the Baldwins down. Elisa Rogers. Anderson Cooper, from my understanding, also gets paid very well from Pfizer. Mr. Cooper, we don't know. We don't know, man. It's just your names here. It's just the names. Andrea Mitrovic. Andreas Pastrana. I believe that was the former Colombian president. Anthony Kaisos. Barack Obama. We don't know. We don't know. And some of y'all like, see, I knew it. Just chill out. Okay, because if you didn't do that for every person I just named, then stop. You're being selective. All right, we're just reading the names. We're just reading the names. Ben Affleck. Damn. Beyonce Knowles. Okay. Hey, man. Hey, we don't know. That's all I'm saying. We don't know. Some of y'all like, no. Wait. Don't react. Analyze. Think. Remember, they had a lot of fundraisers. Y'all like reason to knock it off. They're all pedophiles. Just wait a minute. They legitimately have fundraisers on the island. So again, we don't know, but it makes it hard to find out who is and who isn't because there's so many involved in this gumbo pot. Oh, it's crazy. Ben Affleck, Beyonce, Bill Clinton. He did it. God damn it. I'm going to call it now. Mr. Clinton, I was not on that. Yes, you were on the island. Yes, there is a picture of you in Jeffrey Epstein's apartment, I believe, in New York. Have you seen this painting? I want y'all to look at this. This creepy painting of Bill Clinton sitting in a blue dress, pointing at everyone who walks in the building. Like, you next. I got you. We got you. You and the family. You a part of it now. Like, have y'all seen this picture? Bill Clinton, you don't have too many alibis, sir. Bill Hammond. Oh, Bill Murray. Word. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, Bill Murray. Ryan Affleck. Karen Casey, Casey Wassman, Charlie Sheen. Mr. Charlie Sheen, all right. I believe there was something dealing with an STD that he had. He didn't reveal that, and I think he gave it to someone. And that was a big deal. Chelsea Handler. Oh, no. Not our brother. Chris Tucker. Really? Damn, Chris. All right, man. Let's just say you was there doing comedy for a fundraiser. That I would believe. You know, they hiring black folk to come on the islands to dance and sing and make people laugh. So you can probably get a pass on that, Chris. But still, we don't know. Cindy Lopez, Chris Wagner, Chrissy Teigen. Interesting. Claire Hazel, Courtney Love. Wow. Dan Schneider, David Koch, David Yorefsky, Demi Moore, Doug Band, Ed Tuttle, Ehud Barak. Interesting. Emmy Taylor, Freya Wissing, Gary Roxburgh, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was behind bars right now. She was the madam. She was recruiting the girls for Mr. Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell, Glenn Dubin. Interesting. Gwen Stefani. Word. Okay. Gwendolyn Beck, Heather Mann, Henry Rozovsky. Let's go up to the next side of this list. Now we get into the J's, and this is going to get interesting. James Franco. Ooh, Mr. Franco. Boy. James Gunn. Jean-Luc Brunel. Jean-Michel Gaffey. Well, of course, Jeffrey Epstein. This is his list. Jeffrey Jones. Jim Carrey. Oh, liar, Jim Carrey. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey. Fun with Dick and Jane, Jim Carrey. Ace Ventura, The Mask. Bruce Almighty, James Carrey from In Living Color. We made him famous. But you know what? He did come out and start exposing Hollywood. So we'll see, Mr. Carey. But again, we just don't know. Jimmy Kimmel? Yeah. Yeah, I have my belief on that one, Mr. Kimmel. I think you for sure wasn't part of all the party and festivities. I'm pretty sure. Still, I don't know, but yeah. Joe Pagino, John Cusack, John Legend. John Legend. What were you doing at Mr. Epstein? Again, now every time I see an actor or when I see a comedian, a rapper, a singer, I'm assuming you were there for entertainment. I am assuming that because these were parties, most of the time parties and fundraisers. So normally if they hire one of our folks, you're the entertainment. But then again, we don't know if you did more or less than simply entertain or help to fund or sponsor. We don't know. We have no clue whatsoever. John Legend, Juan Pablo Molyneux, Juliet Bryant, Justin Rowland, Kathy Griffin, Katy Perry. Yep. Kevin Spacey. Yep. Kirsty Rogers, Larry Summers, Larry Vizosky, Lawrence Krauss, Linda Pinto, Lisa Summers, Lynn Forrester, Dale Rothschild. Well, we just assume with that last name that you're sponsoring the whole thing. We don't know. Madonna Gicone, Mandy Ellison, Mark Collins Rector, Mark Epstein, Mark Lloyd, Marshall Mathers III. Hold up. Is that Eminem? Is indeed Eminem. Damn. Okay, hold on. Y'all threw a curveball in there. Jim Carrey was already a big enough curveball, but Eminem? We have no idea. I'm just going over the names. I'm just reading these names and it's blowing my mind. Let's see. Mackinda Luntz, Meryl Streep, Michelle Wolf, Naomi Campbell. We don't know. Oliver Sacks, Oprah Winfrey. There is too much smut and your associations are too devilish, too wicked, and too evil. Too pedophilish, too disgusting, if those are words. Too disgusting. We don't know. Paula Epstein, Peter Manning, Pharrell Williams. Brother. All right. I'm doing my best not to go in on people, y'all, because, again, we don't know. These are just names, and it is, again, blowing my mind. Ray Barzana, Ricardo Legoretta, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself. Interesting. Rodney Slater, Ron Burke, Sandy Berger, Sarah Kellen, Seth Green. Shelly Harrison, Shelly Lewis, Sophie Biddy, Stephanie Germanata, Stephen Collins, Stephen Colbert. Man, that's a lot of y'all in here. Steven Spielberg. What were you doing over there? Ooh. Not only Stephen Colbert, not only Steven Spielberg, but Steven Tyler. It was known that Steven Tyler had a girl signed over to him by her very own parents, who was a teenager. I believe she was 14 or 15 when he was a heavy rock star. Her name was Julia Holcomb. In 1975, Steven Tyler convinced the parents of Julia Holcomb, a 14-year-old groupie, to sign over the guardianship to him so that he could have her right there with him. Y'all need to make sure you look this up. See, now the ones who are legit, we can point at actual facts that back this up. Steven Tyler, you for sure are legit on that list. Tanya Davis, Tom Hanks. Forrest Gump is on the list. Tyler Grasham, Victor Salva, Virginia Roberts. The one who was primarily behind why Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in the first place. Really? Damn, the last four names gonna get y'all. Wanda Sykes, Will Ferrell. I can't say his name last. I'm gonna leave another one for last. Will Smith. I don't believe there for anything like that. I truly believe he was there for the fundraising side of things, but again, we don't know because there's so much going on with everything. And last but not least, Woody Allen. Sun Yi Previn, the wife of Woody Allen. That's crazy. So some of these folks absolutely legitimately belong on this list because they were a part of the party. They were helping to set up the party. They were the ones involved. They know they were the ones. Some of these other ones is like, maybe they were there just for the festivities again to set up or not set up. They were there just to be involved with fundraising. They were there to be involved with helping with the causes per se. But geez, man, what do y'all think about this? I want you to go ahead and comment below and you tell me which name shocked you the most, because I've already looked at so many of these things and it blows my mind that this actually happened. And then there are so many names that are not on the list who were involved with this individual by the name of Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Mr. Epstein's flight log, the records were